right, here we go.
Hey guys, and welcome to another Walk-In Wednesday. You can tell from my prop in my screen that today we're going to be talking about a really cool weapon known as the Sturmgewehr, also STG-44, also MP43 and MP44. There's different variations, but most commonly known as the Sturmgewehr. So I actually had two of these come in this week. One of our local collectors brought these in. This one is semi-automatic. It was altered. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And this one, it would be full automatic and was registered before 1986, which was the deadline to get these registered. They're now grandfathered in. If you find one up in an attic that has not been registered, they have to be destroyed. But let's talk about this one first. This one is in semi-automatic. I'm not sure when it was taken in, but the receiver was cut and destroyed. They then remanufactured a semi-automatic receiver. You can see the properties of the Sturmgewehr. This one is marked STG-44. You can see the quality of the wood. This one was probably never even used. You see some parts are in the white and some are blued. The blued parts on this gun are just phenomenal. Another feature is it had a threaded barrel, which could be the videos that I watched. And by the way, there's a lot of videos on this gun. I'm not going to take it all apart. If you want to know more about the Sturmgewehr, it's very popular because it was a precursor to the assault rifle. Sturmgewehr means assault rifle, loosely translated. And what makes this an assault rifle? There's a couple of features. First of all, it's kind of a hybrid between the submachine gun. So let's take in the German army, it was the MP38 and the MP40. You can see pictures of those machine guns. Those are considered machine pistols because it shot a Luger round. So it's a pistol round. And by the way, our Thompson submachine gun would be comparable. It shot a 45 round. So it's like a pistol, but it's a machine pistol. And the penetration is the same as a pistol. So it doesn't shoot as far. Certainly not as accurate when shooting from a distance, and it doesn't have the penetration power. On the other hand, on a rifle, the rifle caliber would have been 8mm in the German Army and 30-06 in the American Army with the Garand. You can see the three bullets. Between the pistol and the rifle round comes the Sturmgewehr round, which is actually an 8mm short. So it's in 8mm, chambered like a rifle, but a little bit shorter, makes it lighter, easier to carry around, and you can get more rounds. Let's go back to the rifle. This is a 30-shot clip, and it's almost as accurate as a rifle. Not quite as accurate, but it's still accurate. We're going to show you a clip of one being shot from our good friend Ian McCullum from Forgotten Weapons. Gave us permission to show that clip. So it shoots 30 rounds. It has a hybrid bullet, 8mm short. Also, what is unique about this, and again, this is the father of all assault rifles. This was the first one to be put into production, and of course, leave it to the Germans to come up with these ideas. But it has a button for semi-automatic, so you can shoot one at a time. You pop the button. This one actually, since it's in semi-automatic, the button is disabled. I'll show you on the other one. This one is not as pretty. It's sat in an attic for many years. The color is brown, which I think is just patinaed. It's heavily patinaed, could be cleaned up a bit, but I left it alone. On this one, you see the safety. Push it down to fire, and the button, that's a single shot. Push it the other way, and it's full auto. So it shoots in single shot and full auto. The takedown on these, there's just one little pin that you take out. I'm not going to take them apart. Again, there's lots of videos on Sturmgewehrs. Take that pin off, the buttstock comes out with the big long spring, and then this action will fold down, and you can take it completely apart very easily. Classic German rifle. You see it has the same adjustable sight that actually you first see it in the broom handles. This adjustable sight also on K98s. It has a distinct pin right here, which you know, when you see one right away, I notice it from that, and you think, well, what's the purpose of this? Again, going to Forgotten Weapons, Ian McCullum. This is actually a plug for the piston, for the gas chamber. It provides a plug, but watch this. It's to make them stackable. Try it on the first try, put it together. Obviously, you need 3 to make it a little more sturdy, but it keeps you from having to lay them on the ground, Russian front, a lot of mud, a lot of snow. These are late war production, so mostly 1944 and 1945. This was a revolutionary design. Actually, the design was also used later with the H&K by the Germans. Beginning in the 50s, they made rifles for NATO. You can see here the G3 has a very similar design. And if you take a look at this feature, it's a lot like the AR-15 or the M16. Notice the, I guess it's the dust flap. When you cock it, it pops up. Speaking of the H&K G3, if you look at the picture, you'll notice that one of the improvements, I don't usually think of this as an improvement, but they actually shortened the magazine. And the feedback they got from the soldiers is when they landed on the ground, this sticks out too far. And what they wanted was a magazine that came right across here. So one of the improvements was they shortened the magazine. So instead of having a 30-round clip, they went to a 20-round clip and made it a lot more balanced. One other interesting feature about this second one, notice this strap. Mostly you see leather straps. This is the first time I ever saw a vinyl strap. This must be very valuable and expensive. I've never seen one before. But the Germans did experiment with vinyl. I have some vinyl holsters. They didn't hold up very well. They cracked very easily. But this one is in great shape. If any of you know a lot more about these, this vinyl strap is intriguing to me because I've never seen one before. Okay, now for the best part. I've got a story unique to Legacy Collectibles. You'll never hear this story from any other YouTube channel because it only happened to us. Now, watch this video clip from the movie Fury. If you're like me, I love war movies, and when Fury was coming out, I heard all about it, read all about it, was so excited because it's a classic story of a tank battle. Take a look at this clip. Brad Pitt is the main character in this story. Now watch this clip and tell me what's wrong with this picture. Okay, since you watch a lot of YouTube, I know you're very well educated, and you can see that Brad Pitt is carrying a Sturmgewehr in the movie. How can that possibly happen? When the movie came out, I didn't hear much flap about that. I thought most people would say, hey, what's he doing with a Sturmgewehr? I never heard anything about it. It seems strange to me unless you know the story behind the movie. So here's my unique story. I actually sold my business, my primary business, back in 2012 and started Legacy Collectibles then as kind of a hobby that I've been in. I started a business based on my hobby, selling military collectibles. Our first year of operation, 2013, we get a call from an agent in Hollywood. The agent would not tell us who they represented. They just said, I represent a very famous Hollywood actor who is doing a movie about an Army tank battle in Germany at the end of the war. The story actually takes place in 1945. And they said he wants to carry, not an American weapon, he wants to carry a weapon that he would have picked up off of a German on the battlefield. It just kind of adds to the mystique of his character that he wants a battlefield pickup from 1945. What would he be carrying? Now, when I first started this company, I did not have a license for machine guns, and I, of course, carried Lugers, and I thought, what about a Luger? And I thought, by 1945, they would have a P38. So I'm talking to this agent, calls back and forth saying, I think he would have picked up a P38. And he said, well, is that superior to the American weapon? And why would he pick up a P38? And I kind of talked about, yeah, it's not really superior, but it's the weapon he would have picked up and carried in the war if he wanted a German weapon. Well, after a while, they went dark on me. They ghosted me. I didn't hear back from them. And you know how, oh, I forgot to tell you this part. Of course, I Googled then what movie Brad Pitt was making, and he was in the middle of filming the movie Fury. So, of course, I got all excited. I thought I'm going to be rich and famous. Never happened. But now I do have my own YouTube channel. I never heard back from the agent. So I anxiously awaited for the movie to come out. And as I'm watching the movie, I'm in the movie theater with a bunch of people, and I see Brad Pitt with a Sturmgewehr, and I think, you dirty sucker, you took a Sturmgewehr instead of a P-38. So I missed out on my chance to be rich and famous and to meet Brad Pitt. Did not sell him the P-38. But that's the story behind why is Brad Pitt carrying a Sturmgewehr in the American Army. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. I know you enjoyed the gun. Make sure you like and subscribe and send it to a friend so that we get more people subscribing to our channel. And of course, we always enjoy your comments. I get a lot of really good comments, and people will correct something I said or give me more information like that vinyl strap. If you know, certainly you could know more than I do about this stuff. Send it in. We'd love to hear from you. I try to respond to every one of them. Thank you. If you're like me and you can't get enough of this stuff, click here to subscribe. That way we'll send you notification when we do something new, or click one of these buttons for recommended videos.